Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to podFlow3. Hi, I am Brad. Who like this? If you're not sure, if you've never had a practice with me before, podFlow3 is our level 3 vinyasa-based practice at YogaPod here in Fort Collins, and actually in the YogaPods throughout the country. If we were to talk about like one specific thing that I one thing that I've been really paying attention to or thinking about lately. It was kind of typified yesterday. I heard a quote by, what's his name? The former CEO of Google, Eric Schmidt. And he was talking about how over the last little bit of time and over the next couple, maybe in the next year or so, that we'll be advancing something like 10 years technologically. And the reason is that because in times of intense pressure, there's a great desire for innovation in terms of how we develop different things like vaccines and medical procedures and different scientific processes, and just the basic idea of creating a deeper, more integrated technological system, right? And so that whole industry is going to advance in a lot of different ways. But I think that it would be safe to say as well that as we become, as we are in this same time period, that we also are able to advance in many different ways. And the reason is because there's this idea of this high heat, this deep, intense temperature. One of my favorite teachers, Noah Maze, talks about how when we do yoga, we're cooking at high heat. And when we're doing intense postures, like we're creating this real deep internal fire, this real deep internal tapas is the Sanskrit term, and it really means this internal fortitude or fire, this austerity. And so as we generate our practice, as we cultivate our ability to do our yoga postures, as the postures intensify, it requires more engagement, more focus, concentration, and it also requires more skillfulness. And so as we practice those more intense postures and practices, we're cooking at a higher temperature. That means two different things. One, it's easier to burn, meaning that it's easier to injure. At the same time, the transformational capacity of the practice does increase. And so really what we want to feel as we practice, we want to feel about the ability of our practice to create lasting change, lasting lasting kind of reconditioning of the body, making it more poignant and more powerful, and really increasing the ability of the body to be a kind of a vehicle for our own potency as an individual. And so as we work today, we're going to cook at high heat, high temperature. And so thinking in terms of like engaging the core, utilizing the core strength as a way to moving into postures more than just doing core work for the sake of core, but instead letting our core, the way that we think about our core in postures, becoming the kind of that transformational, creating that ability for us to transform in those different ways. And again, it's easy to burn, right? We don't want to burn too much, but we also want to allow the process and the practice of yoga to really cook us in a really well-rounded way, so that we're tempered, we're softened up a little bit, so that we're more open. And also there's this element of that transformational process being much more long-lasting. So let's go ahead and get ready to go here. So let's go ahead and start in child's pose for just a couple of moments, just because it's a great place to start. And automatically we find our breath. Allowing your breath to be the focal point. Listening to the sound of the breath, and letting the sound of the breath really become an area of concentration for you. Coming up into tabletop, and then working on some mobility with our wrists. So from here, coming up onto the fingertip, or onto the palms of the hands, and then rock forward into your hands a couple of times, moving forward and back. As you move forward and back, getting a little bit more depth as you draw forward. really pushing down through the mounds of the fingers. And maybe doing little circles. So the little circles give range of motion. Keeping the arms fairly straight. Might feel some popping, go both directions. And then from here, coming up onto the mounds of the fingers. So we're going to come up onto the fingers, push, and then bring it down. And push, and bring it back down. A couple, 3 or 4 times. It's like doing push-ups just with the hand, with the fingers instead of the whole hand. Maybe walk it back a little bit further, hands back further, and push up. Strengthening the hands. And walk the hands out just a little bit. Maybe the fingertips rotate back and push up onto the fingers. And then rotating them out, and then in a little bit. The wrists come in a little. Be gentle with your arms, and then just doing this gentle push up with your arms to the outside, and straighten. And pushing. One more time. And then walk them out. Whatever feels appropriate there. Maybe step back and shake them out. And then from here, we'll do a similar action, but we're going to do it with our shoulders. So pushing into the floor, shoulders squeeze back, and then dome the back. Scapula push-ups here, push. Squeeze in and push. Again, push. One more breath, inhaling, and exhale. Pull the navel in, push into the floor, and then come back to your hip. When we're doing that exercise, thinking about getting a stretch across the front of your shoulder. So instead of wrapping in, push into the floor, try to create some length there. Just a couple more times. So push into the floor, stretch out through the top of the bicep. Inhale, squeeze shoulder blades back. Exhale, push into the floor. One more time, inhale, heart forward. Exhale, push. And then releasing. And then go ahead and bring your hips back towards your heels and pause for a moment. Taking your left arm back behind you, reach for your right elbow. And then from there, let your head drop over towards the right side. Let your neck release, maybe nodding, yes. Back and forth with the head. Get a nice stretch on the left side. And I find a place where it feels particularly good. And bring your chin towards your chest and switch to the other side with your head just one time. Just release those muscle tensions. Bring it back to center, switching out the sides. Bring it back, grab the opposite bicep, and then let the head rotate over to that side. The neck be long, maybe nodding the head a time or two. Maybe rolling out the head a little bit. And then bring it back to center. And then from here, taking your hands back behind you, interlace your fingers, push down towards the floor, lift the chin up off the chest. Roll the collarbones back, and then draw your chin in. Think about stretching out the front of the biceps, and then releasing the tension in the shoulders. Bend your elbows, hug your elbows back towards one another, and see if you can do a bent elbow, lift the arms back away from you. Roll the collarbones back, lift the heart up. Trying to collapse the back of the neck, but lift the heart up. Lift your elbows up. Squeeze the shoulders back. Lift the elbows. Try to keep it fairly bent. elbow. Lengthening out the arms maybe at the last. Bring the hands down to the floor. Bring your hands over to the right side. Reach your left arm up and over. Feel the side body stretch. Let your head come down, and then let the left arm draw back. Right hand come further out. Let your head be heavy. Just getting a stretch for the neck and shoulders. Real quick before we get going. Take your left arm forward and over, and then maybe grab the side of the head and gently come up. Bring your left hand to the side, taking your right arm up and over, reaching, let the head go, and then let the arm rotate to the outside. Find those areas of tension and dissipate. And bring your right arm back around. Find the side of the head and gently come on up. Maybe interlace your fingers, lengthen the neck. It's just so you can sit up nice and tall. Bring hands to heart center. And let's go ahead and start here with 3 ohms. Deep breath. And then go ahead and release. Bring your hands down to the floor. And let's start with some traditional cat-cow breathing postures. Inhale, heart forward. Let the inner thighs move back, booty up in the air. As you exhale, push into the floor, chin towards chest. Wrap the body in tight. Inhale, roll the collarbones back. Lift the heart forward. Open up. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, lift your heart forward. This time, as you exhale, cross your ankles, pull your knees up into your rib cage, hug in, squeeze in, lift the legs up. So from here, take the heels in as tight as you can. So we're not trying to lean back here. Hug the knees in super tight up into your rib cage. And then keep the left leg in, lift up the right leg and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Release it down, hug the knees in, lift the left leg, lift it up. So coil the tailbone in, lift the chin up. 3, 4, 5. Release, pull the knees in, cross your ankles. Inhale, lift your heart forward. Exhale, coil the tailbone in. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, squeeze in, claw at the mat, cross your ankles, pull in with your hands. Squeeze the knees up. Bring your feet out in front, pull back. Find that pull back action, squeeze in, and then both legs up. Lift your chin. 1, 2. Find that same sensation of pulling with your feet. 3, 4, and then 5. Cross, hands to the floor out in front. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, pull your belly button in. Come up onto your toes, but keep your knees just barely off of the floor. Inhale here. Exhale, pull in, push into the floor. Lots of strength. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, pull in. One more time. Inhale, lift your heart forward. Exhale, pull in, push into the floor. Knees down, cross your ankles, pull your knees up in towards your armpits. Legs up. Pull with your hands, pull with your feet. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Cross your ankles, bring it forward. Curl the toes, hips, lift gently up. Bring weight back to your heels, weight back to your hips. Push your legs into the floor, downward facing dog. Lift your hips to the sky, press down through your heels. Tone through your core. Drop the tailbone down. and then elongate the arms. Couple of breaths here. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhale again. Exhale again. Inhale, unroll into high plank pose. Hold high plank. So really push into the mat with your hands. Coil the belly button up and in. See if you can squeeze your belly button all the way up to the spine. And breathing your breath. Couple more breaths here. Push, push, push. Now lift your chin forward. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, come forward onto the toes. Find the doming of the upper body. Exhale, hips pull you back. Chin towards chest. Inhale, dome the upper back. Push into the floor. Lots of strength. As you exhale, lower back. A little bit of an arch. Inhale, come forward into plank pose. Hold that plank pose. Exhale, down dog. This time a little bit different. Inhale, come into your plank pose. Knees down, chin down, chest down. So now booty pops up just a little bit. Toes curled under. Hug the navel back. Pull the belly button back. Tailbone down. Roll your spine. Lift the heart up. And then as you exhale, curl the toes. Lift the hips to the sky. Inhale, unroll into plank pose. Knees down, chin down, chest down. Take the tailbone down, roll open into an up dog cobra, and then exhale to down dog. Lift your hips towards the ceiling. Couple more breaths there. Sorry, trying to make sure everything's working all right here. Couple of breaths. And then inhale and roll into plank pose. Exhale back to down dog. This time inhale into up dog. So coil the tailbone down, pull forward into that high plank pose, and then bend the elbows a little bit, lift the heart up. Exhale, hips lift up. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, high plank, then from there, bend the elbows a little bit, pull the heart through. Exhale, the hips come back up. Inhale, high plank pose. Exhale, inhale, lift the heart, and then exhale, hips to the sky. One more time. Inhale, come forward to high plank pose. As you exhale, start to drop the tailbone down. Inhaling into up dog and down dog. Lift your right leg up, inhale here. Exhale, knee towards your nose. Squeeze in, push way up onto your left toes. And hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Lift the right leg up. Exhale, release it down. Lift the left leg up, feel the inner thighs. Draw back. As you exhale, coil the tailbone. Push down with your toes. Pull the knee in towards your chest. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Lift the left leg high. Exhale, bring your foot down to the floor. Long, strong arms here. Take your deep breath here. Inhaling. As you exhale, look forward. Step forward or float to the front. Inhale, lift the heart to the sky, forward. Exhale, fold deeply. Tailbone wraps down to the floor. Inhale, rise up to the top, reach up to the sky, palms press. Exhale, arms to the side. And so from here, as we fold forward, feel your inner thighs moving back as your arms reach way out front. So inhale, the arms come up. As you exhale, hips moving back, hands come down to the floor. Coil the tailbone down towards the floor. Inhale, lift the heart forward, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, tailbone's descending, step back into down dog. So keep that same coiling action. Lift your right leg high, inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift the right leg, knee to the right armpit. Inhale, lift the leg, knee to the left armpit. Inhale, lift the leg high. Exhale, knee into your deep lunge. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, coil the tailbone under. So we want to feel that wrapping sensation. Push down into the mat. Squeeze. Think about lifting up your front foot. Lift up the front foot. Inhale, look forward. As you roll your tailbone down, lower back rounds. Inhale, rise up to the top. And then exhale, arms to the side. Going back, inhale. And then exhale, folding. Tailbone drops in, protecting through your lower back. Inhale, lengthen, lift the heart. As you exhale, coil the tailbone and step back into downward facing dog. So the difference there is we're not elongating. We want to keep that wrapping of the tailbone. Lift your left leg high. Inhale. As you exhale, knee to nose, come up onto your right toes. Squeeze in. Inhale, lift the leg. Push down through your right heel. Exhale, knee to the left armpit. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale to the right armpit. Inhale, lift the leg high. And exhale, release the foot down to the floor. And again, inhale, lift it up high. Coil the tailbone. Step into your lunge. About 3 breaths here. Hug into the floor. I'm on my fingertips, but ideally, I would be on my palms. So coil in. Push into the floor. Try to float your front foot. Feel the activation of your abdomen. 3, 4, and then inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Tailbone drops into the floor. Inhale, roll your lower back as you rise up. And then exhale, arms to the side. This time a little bit different. Arms come up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Coil in, wrap the body in. Inhale, lift the heart forward a little bit. Keep the tailbone drawn down. And then exhale into chaturanga. So maybe you step back, high plank. Lower down, all the way down, and knees, chest, chin. And then inhale, up dog or cobra. Down dog, exhale, hips to the sky. Lift the right leg high. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose. From there, bring your left heel down to the floor, left arm towards the sky. So side plank variation. Coil in, pull the knee up towards your chin or your armpit. Squeeze in, and then broaden the heart. Look up. 3, 4, 5. Look down. Left hand down. Lift the right leg high. Exhale, coil in. Step into your deep lunge. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, look forward. As you squeeze in, left foot steps forward. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, push your hands into the floor. Step back or float back, chaturanga. Tailbone drops on up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg comes up, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift the leg high. As you exhale, knee towards your left armpit. Hold, back heel down. Pull the knee up towards your right armpit. Pull in, coil in, and then spin open. 3, 4, and then 5. Hand down, keep the knee up. Inhale, reach the leg high. Exhale, coil in, knee to nose. Look forward, place your front foot. 3 breaths here. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, pull the foot up off the floor. 2 more times. Inhaling, exhale, pulling the foot off the floor. Last one, inhaling. Exhale, pull the foot off the floor. Keep the tail down. Inhale. As you exhale, coil, tailbone down. Step your right foot forward. Squeeze in. Inhale. Lift the heart forward. Exhale. Coil the tailbone down. Inhale. Reverse swan dive, rising up. And exhale, arms to the side. So that coiling action, super fundamental to our practice. We want to make sure that we continue to cultivate that as we move through. All right. So from here, arms come up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward, coil the tailbone down. Inhale, lift chin up off chest. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, low push-up pose. Coil the tail, but lift the heart. Hips to the sky. Downward dog. Lift up your left leg, open it up to the side, bend the knee, and then let it hang back or make some circles. Mandalas. And then switching out your legs, right leg comes up, inhale, make some circles or let it stretch back. One more breath. Release the foot down, both feet down to the floor. Deep breath, inhale. As you exhale, not just bending the knees, but coil the core in. Look forward, pounce to the front. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rising up, deep breath. Then exhale, arms to the side, Samasthiti. Inhale, the arms come up. Pull the groin back. Exhale, anchor the tailbone and your thighs spin back. Inhale, maintain the coil. Lift the heart. Bend your elbows. And Chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. So this time we're going to lift our left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, hug it into the chest. Then look forward in between your thumbs and then popping up. Knee into chest, push up. Knee into chest, squeeze in, hold the core, kick up, and then release down. Second side, right leg comes up. Exhale, knee into chest. And then lift up. Lift up. Lift up. And release, foot down to the floor. Take a deep breath here. Inhale. As you exhale, press the breath out. Look forward, front of the mat. Inhale, lift chin from chest. Exhale, fold deeply forward. Push into the mat, squeeze in. Inhale, rise up to the top. Deep breath. And exhale, arms to the side, Samasthiti. Inhale, the arms come up. And exhale, folding, hands down. Keep the tail down, inhale, unroll. Lift the heart, exhale, Chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Lifting up the left leg. This time we're going to hug the right knee into the chest as we pop up. So right knee into chest. Coil the tail like we did in the previous set. Pop up, squeeze. The right knee in. Give it one more time. Release left side. So right leg comes up, look forward, push into the floor, pop it up. Sometimes the first one's kind of sloppy. First one's always like the first pancake. It never looks good. Sometimes it tastes good though. All right, release it down. Take your deep breath here. Inhale. As you exhale, look forward, float or step to the front. Inhale, chin up off chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rising up, deep breath. And then exhale, arms to the side, Samasthiti. One more time, arms come up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tail roots. Lift the heart, unroll. Exhale, Chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Lift up the right leg. This one's different. Right leg comes up. As you exhale, toes to the right wrist. Squeeze. Lift it up, inhale. Right wrist. 2. Lift it up. Right wrist. 3. Lift it up. And release it down 3 times to the left. Lift the left leg high. Inhale. Exhale. 1. 2. 3. Lift the leg high. Exhale, release it down. Step forward about a foot or two, about a third of the way. Lift the right leg up. Inhale. Exhale, up onto your left toes. Right toes towards wrist. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, toes to wrist. One more time. Lift the right leg. Exhale, toes to wrist. Then release, right foot down. Lift the left leg up. Inhale. Feel the nice groin stretch. Exhale. 1. 2, 3, lift it up, release it down. Now step forward another third. Weight back towards your heels, hands push into the floor. Inhale, lift the right leg, heart forward. Exhale, coil the tail, right wrist. Inhale, exhale, right wrist. 2, inhale, exhale. 3, lift the leg, release down. Coil the tailbone down, lean back a little bit. That helps release the back of the legs. And then coil in. Lift the left leg, wrist. 1, 2, 3, lift it high, release down. Now bring your hands back beside your feet. We're pretty close. Right leg lifts up, inhale, exhale, wrists. 1, maybe you're up on your toes. 2, 3, release. Then left leg lifts up, inhale, exhale, push into the floor. Pull your belly button back. 1, 2, 3, release the foot down. Inhale, lift your heart forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up to the top. And exhale, arms to the side. From here, interlace your fingers behind your back. Bend your elbows. Try to squeeze your elbows back. Then take your tailbone and root it down to the floor. So feel that action of the rolling of the back body open, and then chin drawn in. Bend the elbows a little bit, pull them up and back, roll the heart open. Then hold that form in the shoulders. So shoulders back, chin up off the chest. Now reach your arms up to the sky. Utkatasana. Coil the tailbone down. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, just fold forward. Bend the knees. Bring your rib cage onto your knees. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Take the tailbone down to the floor. So feel that wrapping of the tailbone down. Roll the elbows up towards the sky. Tailbone stays down. Lift the heart up. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, lift the heart forward. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog, inhale. Down dog. Exhale, lift the right leg high. Inhale, exhale, right toes to the wrist. Squeeze. Lift the leg high. Step to your lunge. From here, inhale, look forward. Exhale, coil the tailbone under. Keep the tailbone coiled under. Inhale, crescent lunge. So we don't want to let the butt stick back. We want to keep the tailbone drawn in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands down. Inhale, lift your chin. Exhale, coil in. Press your hands down. Chaturanga. Up dog. Inhale. Down dog. Exhale. Left leg up. Inhale. Exhale, toes to wrist. Lift the leg high, inhale. Exhale, take the tailbone towards the earth. Squeeze in. Place your front foot just for the fun of it. Inhale. This is actually an incorrect pattern in the body. This drawing of the hip back, too much compression. So we want to feel just the bad and then coil in for the good. So we want to make sure that we are coiled in. Even if we were to lift the chin up, we'd still coil in. And then hold the form of the legs, lift the arms up. 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Hands down to the floor. And then again, right way wrong, or wrong way right way. Inhale the heart forward. As you exhale, push into the floor, and then Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog, hips to the sky. Breath or 2. Inhale. As you exhale, look forward from the mat. Inhale, lift your heart forward a little bit. Tuck the tailbone down. Again, bend the knees, arms up. Inhale, Utkatasana. Lift your heart. Exhale, Samastihitihi. Anchor the tailbone down to the floor. And then just a little bit different here. Reach down, take the tailbone down, squeeze into the floor. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Then taking camel pose, squeeze your shoulders, lift your hips up. Right toes towards your wrists, left toes towards your wrists. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale, lift the heart high, hips high. Right leg up, inhale, knee to nose, coil the tail, look forward, place your front foot, crescent lunge. Arms come up, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands down. Hug in, pull the belly button back. Chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Left leg up, inhale. Knee to nose, squeeze in. Look down, bring your foot down. Coil the tail. Arms up, inhale. Reach them up high. Draw the arms back, keep the tail under. Exhale, push down into the floor with your hands. Coil in, so that's that high plank. Lower down. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. So sometimes I think it's good to point out muscle structures so we can be nice and strong. And other times we have to reaffirm their engagement. So from here, look forward, cross the ankles, set down. Pull the knees up in towards your rib cage as high as they'll go. And then pull the legs up. Slide them back. Hug in. Reach forward with your arms or claw at the mat. Notice, now we need to straighten right here. Squeeze, 3, 4. Bring your arms back behind you. Pull the heels back. Lean the hands further back until you feel like you're getting that front arm stretch. Squeeze in. Now, lift the legs and squeeze back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the tailbone reaching up. Heels come down. Lift up onto your hands. 1. Think about stretching out the front of your shoulders. 2. In a gentle way. 3, 4, and then 5. Hips come down. Lift the legs up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Heels down. Push through your toes. Lift up. 1, 2, 3. Long arms. 4, and then 5. Release down. Lift your legs high. Exhale, cross your ankles. Hands to the floor. Downward facing dog. Feel your core engage. Pull back a little bit with your legs, just like they were on the floor. Squeeze back. Pull the rib cage in. Look forward. Inhale. Exhale. Forward. Lift the chin up off the chest. Exhale. Squeeze in. Inhale. Utkatasana. Arms up. Reach the sky. And then exhale. Samastiti. So feeling that very functional aspect of that of the core working here. Sit deep. Utkatasana. Arms up. Inhale. Down. Exhale. Fold forward. Squeeze the knees in. Inhale. Lift your heart forward. Exhale. Crow pose. Rather than bringing your arms down onto your knees, onto your triceps, squeeze your shoulders as tight as you can. Lift up onto the hands. Inhale. Heels up. Exhale. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Lift up the right leg here. Inhale. Exhale. Knee to nose. Inhale. Lift it high. Exhale. Lunge. Inhale. Up into crescent pose. Reach to the sky. Exhale. Your hands down here. If you're up for that float, pull the right knee up really high up into the rib cage. Push your hands down into the floor. Push into the mat. Inhale. Lift up. And exhale. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Left leg up. Inhale. Knee to nose. Leg up. Inhale. Exhale. Lunge. So doming the upper back. Inhale the crescent. Arms come up. Exhale. Hands down. Push into the floor. Round through the upper back. Lift up the right leg. Inhale. Float up. Exhale. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Deep breath. Inhale. Push into the floor with your hands. Look forward. Front of the mat. Lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Coil in with full. Utkatasana. Weight to the heels. Arms up. Reach to the sky. Exhale, Samasthiti. Now, a little bit different actions here. Want to make sure that we're kind of keeping within the frame of the flow. So we're going to work on that those same postures, but we're going to move into our foundational poses. So Utkatasana, step deep, tailbone down, rooted in. Inhale, the arms come up, take the tailbone, still rooting. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, lift the heart, tip weight forward, lift up. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Lift your right leg high, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Coil your tailbone. Maybe you're up on your fingers. Place the foot just behind your thumbs so you can be in this range here. Push, lengthen to your front leg. Lift your heart forward. Bend your right leg a little bit. Bring your back outer heel down to the floor. Push into the floor with your front leg. Squeeze in. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, push in a little bit deeper. Now, left inner thigh spins back initially to drop the left hip down, but then pull the left hip back, externally rotate. Trikonasana, opening up. Look towards the sky. Pull the belly button back and in, and then roll the collarbones open. 2, 3, 4, 5. Look down, bend your right leg. Coming into half moon pose. Toes flex back. Try to see if you can pull your toes towards your tonsils. Then roll your heart open. 2, 3, 4, 5. Releasing, hands down. Coming into warrior 2. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, hands down. Coil the tail. Down dog or chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Lift the left leg high. Inhale. Exhale, lunge. A little bit behind your heels. Push, lengthen to your front leg. So it's easy to just kind of collapse out in front. Coil the tailbone down. Inhale, lift the heart. Coil, tailbone down. Bring your back heel down. Inhale, one more time. Coil, tailbone down. Feel that wrapping. And then pull the outside of the right hip back and reach up to the sky. 1. So feel the action of the core here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Look down to the floor. Bend your front leg. Half moon pose. Lift the back leg up. Toes flex back. Coil the belly button in. Reach to the sky. 3, 4, and then 5. Look down. Bend your front leg. Inhale. Warrior 2. Exhale. Hands down. Down dog or chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Nice. Then inhale. Let's go ahead and lift up the right leg. Exhale. Step into a deep lunge. Coil in. Lift your heart forward. This time without straightening your front leg. Coil tailbone down towards the floor. Bring your back heel down to the floor. So from there, we're perfectly set up for warrior 2. Arms come up. Inhale and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From here, push into your front leg. Arms up. Dancing warrior. Exhale. Squeeze in. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. I was only going to go to 3, so we'll release down. Coil the belly button in, and then step back. Move through your flow or straight to your down dog. Left leg up on the inhale. Exhale, coil in. Shift forward toward that plank. Look down, place the foot. So coil the abdomen. Bring your back heel down to the floor. Right, left inner knee moving forward, and then warrior 2. Push into the floor with the outside of the right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Inhale, push the leg on. Exhale. 1, push. 2, inhale. Exhale. One more time. Exhale. Arms up, inhale, hands down. Step back, move through your vinyasa. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Right leg comes up. This time, we're going to step forward with the right foot, but maybe left foot comes up and you float forward, keeping the knee towards your rib cage. So squeeze in. Look forward, float up. Place the right foot. back heel down. Keep your right hand to the outside and then spin open for extended side angle. Reach your left arm long. So really reach it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. From here, bring left hand down to the floor, but bring it out to the outside. Bring your right arm underneath your shoulder, and then from here, a little bit different posture than we're used to. It's almost like a bound triangle pose. So bring your arm underneath, and then push, lengthen to your front leg. It doesn't have to straighten. You want to make sure that you're safe with your shoulder. Bend your right leg, coil your tailbone under. Take your right arm back. Maybe you reach back and you bind. Coil the tailbone under. Maybe you look up to the sky. 2, 3, 4, 5. Look down. Bring your right hand down. Keep your shoulder underneath your knee. Kundalini B. Lift up the right leg. Lift it forward. And then step back or float back. Chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Nice. And then left leg. Lift it up. So we're going to step forward with our left leg. So maybe you float your right leg first. Look forward. Lift up. Inhale. Exhale, anchor. Back heel down to the floor. And again, keeping the tailbone squeezing forward. So you want to feel that coiling in. Right arm reaches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Hand comes down to the floor to the outside. Take your left arm to the inside. Squeeze your shoulder in. Stay there, or hand to the outside. Now, gently push length into your front leg. Again, gently. It's more of a programming of the leg than it is trying to accomplish the pose. Bend the knee. Same thing here. Take your hand back. Find your other hand. Pushing length into your front leg. Roll the collarbone open. Feel that twist. And then bend the knee. 1. Keep the tailbone curled under. 3, 4, 5. Look down. Right hand comes down. Left leg. Push it straight. And lift up the right leg. And Chaturanga Dandasana. Low push-up. Up dog. Down dog. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Release your knees down to the floor. And pause for a moment. So Kundalini A. I think we should do it again. So actually it's Kundalini B. We'll do B, A in a moment. But thinking in terms, it's a weird posture because when we do this pose, we want to feel the coiling of the core, the lifting of the back inner leg up, but also the muscular engagement on the right side, pulling that thigh up towards your earlobe, okay? So you want to feel the leg extend forward. The quadricep muscle is the muscle that does it. So let's start seated for a moment, and then push your left inner thigh down to the floor, and then take your right elbow to the inside. And let's do this prayer pose. I'm making this one up, but I think it'll work. So hands in, and then lift the leg towards straight. 2, feel your core. 3, push your left heel down. 4, and then 5, release in. Leg out, and then take your left leg. Same thing, squeeze your shoulder, hands to heart. Lift the leg up. 1, 2, push the heel down. 3, 4, and then 5, release. So from there, so similar action, crossing. Go ahead and come into downward facing dog. A lot of people like to take this pose from down dog. So lift your right leg up. As you exhale, step into a deep lunge. So hand to the outside. Now take your left inner thigh, lift it up, bring your right shoulder under. So squeeze in. Take your triceps, hug in. Look forward, bend your elbows. Don't bend them out, bend them back. Look forward, lift up the right leg, lift up the left leg. 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Chaturanga or straight to down dog. Alright, so left side, lift the left leg up, inhale, exhale, step into your lunge. Bring your elbow to the inside, squeeze your shoulder. And from there, bring the arm back, lift up your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Hips high, and then bring your knees down. So you can tell with that action what we have going on The bent elbows help to sustain the strength. The quadricep extends the leg. Try to feel some engagement in the side of your abdomen. Okay, so we want to feel that squeezing in. It's almost like the side body with the leg forward is shortening. So now here, we're going to take it to our next posture. And this is one that a lot of people find mystifying until you figure it out. Once you figure it out, it's not as impressive anymore, which is really the way we want to start. We want to start thinking about these impossible postures that are inspiring. But as we practice over a period of time, as we work hard, those postures become possible. Usually we're on the edge of being able to do them, and it takes work from that point. But then that possible posture becomes a thing, and then after a while it just becomes easy. So, Ganda Barunda. Ganda Barunda is a back bend. It's also it's a back bend, but it starts out in that Kundalini form that we were just in. So we're going to step forward into a lunge, and we're going to gently pull our leg back behind us. And so I'll see if we can figure out a couple of ways to demonstrate it. All right, so the right leg comes up. Step to the outside this time, if you'd like to. Bring your shoulder underneath. And so from here, the elbows bend, squeeze your shoulders, lift up the left leg, and then pull the legs up and over. Reach for your head. Chaturanga. Up dog, and then down dog. And again, so from there, so what we want to think about doing is extending the chest forward. We have to keep the leg extending out in front. The other leg comes up and over. Both legs come up and over. Let's try it on the left side. So the back leg lifting with your inner thigh. So lift up the left leg, step to your lunge. Squeeze your shoulder, bring your left leg out in front. Lift up your right leg. Lift the right leg, inner thigh lifts, lifts, lifts. Try to touch your head. And chaturanga. Up dog. And then down dog before you release your hips down to the floor. So let's do it one more time. It's always these postures, the ones I wish I could see everybody doing. All right, so from here, we're going to take and thinking in terms of the front leg pulls back because the upper leg lifts you up. So if that doesn't make sense, let me demonstrate a little bit from the other side. I just do better on the one side. So thinking about all of the padding in the room. All right, I want to make sure I have a flat surface for my hands. All right, so as we move through it, the front leg is almost the resistant conspirator. All right, so we think taking right leg up to the sky, step it forward, squeeze your shoulder. So the right leg's not so sure about things. Lift your chin forward, look at your toes, lift the leg. Now lift your left leg and drag it back. And from there, not too much weight in your head. Chaturanga, up dog, and the down dog. So you can feel a little bit of this lifting up action of the back leg, pulling your other leg forward. So try it on the other side. So, hands down on the floor, hips lift up, lift your left leg up, step to your lunge. Bring your back knee down if you need to bring your shoulder under, or just keep it under. Then from there, left leg forward, lift up the right leg, pull it up to the sky. Legs up, chaturanga, up dog and down dog. Just pulls it straight up towards the sky. Nice, okay. Now, last little option here. I'm going to use these bricks just because I'm curious. You can use the bricks. They're not necessary. But we often take this posture from the one leg. But I thought it just occurred to me maybe we'll do it from both legs. So from here, we're going to think in terms of coming into that knees, chest, chin form. So for knees, chest, chin, bringing it down. And then bring your chest almost down to the floor. I have to ditch them. Seemed like a good idea. So knees down, chin down, chest down. Hug your elbows in. Feel your butt work up. And then walk your knees forward. Not too much weight in your chin. Although this is chin stand with a full Ganda Barunda. Then lift one leg up. Lift up. And then release down. Not my best entrance. But see if you can think in terms of one leg straightening and then coming back. One more time. bring your chin out in front. So again, it's that knees, chest, chin. So you want to feel that action. Draw it forward. Elbows hug in. Walk your knees forward. Keep it in. Then up on the toes. Lift your toes up towards the sky and push it up. Go for it there. Nice. And then release. Let's go ahead and take a child's pose. As you take your child's pose, the nature of that posture is a little bit intense on the neck. So we're going to interlace our fingers behind the back of the skull. So forehead down, interlace your fingers and drag the top of the head forward. Decompress through the back of the skull. 2, 3, 4, 2 more breaths here. And then go ahead and inhale, come forward into tabletop. Exhale to down dog. And then from there. So find your wall. We're going to do our forearm dolphin pose, forearm stand pose. And so as we work into the posture, thinking in terms, not so much the back bend, we just did the back bend, but think about pulling the navel in. We worked a lot on this rotation of the shoulders, so thinking in terms of holding your forearm stand with strength by pressing elbows down into the floor. Push your palms down, walk your knees towards your elbows, lift your hips up, and then with the leg, I'm going to try to keep mine straight. I realize how much I'm bending it. Look in between your elbows and then coming up. If you have to use the wall, it's okay. Coil your core in. Push your other leg up to the sky. 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Release it down. All right, let's do one more time. This time you can take it a little bit closer to the wall and encourage that little bit of a back bend, hips moving back towards more of a hollow body form. Something I'm working on, something I want to offer, something I'll teach on later. So hands down on the floor, walk your knees in, lift your hips up towards the sky. Lift your leg up to the sky, look forward, and then lift up. And then from here, lift into that back bend, pull the knees up towards your chest. It's a weird posture. 3, couple more breaths. And then release down when you're ready. Arms out in front. And then when you're ready, come up towards seated. All right. Let's go ahead and cross our ankles, legs out in front. I have a problem with my time telling lately. All right, legs out in front. As you reach your arms forward, walk your hips back. Then press your heels down, coil through your tailbone, and draw your body long. So if that feels good, grab opposite elbows. If that feels good there, maybe even lace your fingers. Elongate. And relax into the floor. And come up to seated. Take your hands over towards the right side. As you come over to the right side with your hands on the floor, as you move into your twist, pull the right hip back. As the right hip comes back, your back's going to be out of center. Your right hip will lift up a little bit as it moves backwards. So now push your heels towards one another, squeeze in. Don't be too extreme with it, but lift away from the floor. The reason we want to take the heel forward is it coils the tailbone down, so we feel core engagement as we twist open. Roll the collarbones back. Take one more full breath. And inhale, look forward, and exhale, release. Right arm to the side. As you twist over towards the left, push through your heel. Pull the collarbones back. So if the hip moves back too far, squeeze them in. Coil the tailbone as you twist. Couple more breaths. then turn towards the front. Little counter twist to the other side. And to this side. And then from here, go ahead and bend the knees. Lay on your back. Interlace your fingers behind the back of the skull. Elongate the spine. We're not trying to do a setup. We're lengthening the back of the skull. Let the head come down towards the floor. Bend your knees. And then from here, take your tailbone towards the floor. Scoop the tailbone up towards your knees. Lift your hips up. So we kind of work into the opposite pattern for a moment. And then pull. The neck should still be long. Try not to let the chin come up off the chest. Create that length. Lift your hips up. Hands can come towards your lower back. Walk your elbows under and really lift your hips towards the sky. It's easy just to push straight up. So see if you can find some length. Press the back of the skull gently. 1 to 2 pounds of energy towards the floor. Lift the heart. Pull your hips forward. Press your legs strong. And release. Windshield wiper one side and then the other. Take your right knee up towards the sky. Bend the knee, hug it towards your rib cage. Figure 4 that leg. Take your right hand towards your knee. Push into your knee with your hand, but push your knee back into your hand. So push back. Ankle pushes into your shin, and then slowly try to extend the leg longer out in front. But keep pushing the knee in. Feel the hip draw open. Your ankle still pushing towards your knee. Squeeze the lower back down towards the floor. Squeezing. 3, 4, 5. Release the foot down to the floor. Left leg, lift it up. Bend the knee. Heel just to the top of the thigh, or towards the knee of the thigh. And then push your hand towards your knee, towards the top of towards your femur. And then push your knee back into your hand. Your ankle pushes your heel forward and down. Press your lower back, your kidneys down. Squeeze in and open it up. 3, 4, and then 5. Gently release. Release the foot down. And one more time, lift the hips up. And walk the shoulders under. And I like to sway a couple times to both sides. And then draw your knees over towards the right side. Lengthen out the left hip. So as line here on the side gets a lot of length. And then come back up to that bridge pose. Feel the groin deepen on both sides. And then bring it over to the other side. Take your right knee, reach way out in front. And then extending, right arm might reach back. This happens. Right side body gets the stretch. Draw the knees back in towards center. Lift your hips up just to create balance. Lay back down. Legs extend out in front. Find yourself in your Shavasana. Anything else that you need, do those. As always, Shavasana it really is the most important pose. It's when you kind of remove yourself from the fire and you let yourself rest. That fire's still deep inside, it's cooking from the inside out, purifying the body. These times of great intensity, deep pressure, thinking in terms that when things get tough, really that truly is the time that the heat turns up. When the heat turns up, it requires a kind of austerity, a kind of discipline to stand in the fire nonetheless. And that really is in many ways one of those foundational concepts of yoga. Yourself in the fire to allow change to happen. Change is uncomfortable. Heat is uncomfortable. But we proceed with a certain kind of faith that if we do our work, if we step to our mat, if we practice with sincerity, then and almost as if an act of grace, transformation occurs. It's really an honor to be with you here this afternoon, this evening. I wish you all a wonderful evening. Be well, be happy, be free. Much love to you from myself and those others who work and teach at YogaPod. I bow to you. Namaste.